So she's a serial fraudster. That's called fraud, when you pretend you want to do the one thing and you'll do the thing they're hiring you for. But I defend Justin Baldoni in this lawsuit with Blake Lively because I think she's horrible and she's made up this whole thing because she tried to steal his movie. I know this gets overused now, but she did FAFO. Like, she thought she could blame all of her negative press on him. He's a weakling. She's Blake Lively with Ryan Reynolds, her dragon. Will happily participate in releasing any further leaks that they have because the truth should be out there. What does she have to fear if she's telling the truth?
In a shocking turn of events, renowned journalist Megyn Kelly has publicly accused Hollywood actress Blake Lively of being a serial fraudster. This unexpected confrontation has sent shockwaves through both the entertainment industry and the public. But what led to this explosive clash, and what does it mean for those involved? Blake Lively has spent years crafting the image of Hollywood's sweetheart, flawless, untouchable, and scandal-free, but that perfect reputation just shattered in real time because Megyn Kelly isn't buying the act anymore. In a jaw-dropping takedown on live radio, Kelly labeled Lively a serial fraudster, exposing what she claims is a shocking pattern of lies, manipulation, and career sabotage. For years, Lively has been adored by fans, praised for her marriage to Ryan Reynolds, and celebrated as a feminist icon. But behind the scenes, the accusations paint a very different picture. According to Kelly, Lively has allegedly weaponized false harassment claims, undermined genuine victims, and even crushed the careers of those who dared to challenge her. And if you think this is just celebrity gossip, think again. The fallout is massive. Lively and Reynolds are now staring down a staggering $650 million lawsuit, and even some of their closest allies, including Taylor Swift, are rumored to be backing away. Megyn Kelly didn't hold back in her critique of Blake Lively, alleging a pattern of manipulation and deceit. According to Kelly, Lively has a history of fabricating harassment claims, undermining genuine victims, and sabotaging careers to further her own agenda. One notable instance involves director Justin Baldoni, who reportedly stood up against Lively's alleged misconduct, bringing her actions into the spotlight. But what exactly did Blake Lively do to warrant such an intense public condemnation? According to multiple sources, Lively's actions behind the scenes have painted a vastly different picture from the one fans have seen on screen. She has been accused of using false harassment claims as a weapon, leveraging them to control narratives, punish those she disagrees with, and manipulate power dynamics in Hollywood. Megyn Kelly, never one to mince words, went straight for the jugular. She called out Lively's alleged long-standing habit of turning colleagues against one another, whispering accusations behind closed doors, and fabricating incidents to paint herself as the victim. One of the most damning examples is her reported treatment of Justin Baldoni, a director and actor known for his work in Jane the Virgin and his involvement in the film It Ends With Us. According to insiders, Lively took control of the film's production in a way that blindsided Baldoni, forcing script changes and asserting herself beyond the role of an actress. When things didn't go her way, she allegedly orchestrated a smear campaign against Baldoni, painting him as unprofessional and controlling. At first, Lively's version of events gained traction in Hollywood circles, until text messages, production footage, and insider reports began contradicting her claims. That's when Megyn Kelly stepped in, exposing the deception live on air. She's not just lying, she's built a fantasy world where she's the oppressed heroine and everyone around her is the villain, Kelly remarked. But the problem with fantasy worlds, they crumble when exposed to reality. This wasn't just a passing criticism. Kelly dissected Lively's actions in brutal detail, calling her out for weaponizing false narratives, gaslighting the public, and making it harder for real victims of misconduct to be believed, and Kelly wasn't the only one taking a stand. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are now facing a combined $650 million in lawsuits, including a $400 million defamation suit from Justin Baldoni and an additional $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times for its alleged role in reporting biased coverage in Lively's favor. For an actress who built her brand on flawless PR and carefully managed press coverage, this is an absolute nightmare. But let's break down the high-stakes legal battle that could wipe out Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' Hollywood empire. Justin Baldoni didn't just fight back, he fought back hard. After being accused of misconduct and having his reputation dragged through the mud, Baldoni lawyered up and hit Blake Lively with a massive $400 million lawsuit for defamation, emotional distress, and career sabotage. The New York Times is under fire for publishing biased, misleading coverage that reportedly sided with Lively without properly investigating the claims. This resulted in a separate $250 million lawsuit, further complicating the legal mess surrounding Lively. Blake and Ryan's business empire, including their lucrative endorsements and film deals, is at risk. With these lawsuits hanging over them, some major Hollywood executives are rethinking their partnerships with the couple, but it doesn't end there. The financial toll is just one part of the equation. The damage to Blake Lively's public image might be irreversible. As the lawsuits move forward, major studios and production houses are quietly distancing themselves from her. Insiders report that some of her upcoming projects are now in jeopardy, with industry professionals hesitant to attach their names to a scandal that continues to grow by the day. And if losing Hollywood wasn't bad enough, Lively might be losing one of her most powerful allies, Taylor Swift. When a scandal like this erupts in Hollywood, the real test isn't just legal, it's social. Who sticks around, who jumps ship, and who gets thrown under the bus? At first, some of Blake's closest allies rallied around her, believing she could weather the storm. But as more evidence came out showing inconsistencies in her allegations, that support began to crumble. One of the biggest shocks? Taylor Swift allegedly distancing herself from Blake. For years, Lively and Swift have been inseparable, a duo often seen vacationing together, supporting each other at events, and posting about their unbreakable friendship on social media. But insiders now claim that Taylor is quietly backing away from the controversy. The speculation started when Swift noticeably stopped engaging with Lively on social media, an unusual move considering their history of public support for each other. And Taylor is no fool, she's a PR mastermind. If she had any doubts about Lively's innocence, she would have defended her publicly by now. Instead, silence. Other Hollywood elites are also rethinking their associations with Lively. Reports indicate that major A-listers who once backed her are now hesitant to be publicly connected to her, afraid of getting caught in the crossfire. This kind of fallout is devastating in an industry that thrives on relationships and image. A single misstep can erase decades of carefully built credibility, and Blake Lively seems to be learning that the hard way. Even her husband, Ryan Reynolds, is being dragged into the mess. While Reynolds has largely stayed out of the drama, the lawsuits and growing public scrutiny mean his reputation is at risk, too. And let's not forget the biggest irony. Blake Lively has built her brand around being a powerful, independent woman in Hollywood. But now, the very industry she claimed to represent is beginning to turn against her. So, what's next for Blake Lively? Can she recover, or is this the beginning of the end? Blake Lively thought she could manipulate her way through Hollywood, rewrite history, and paint herself as the ultimate victim. But the evidence is too strong. The lawsuits are too massive, and the public isn't buying it anymore. Megyn Kelly called her out for what she really is, and now Hollywood is doing the same. With $650 million in lawsuits, major Hollywood figures backing away, and her once loyal allies reconsidering their support, Lively is facing the biggest crisis of her career. So, we ask you, is this the final chapter for Blake Lively, or can she somehow escape the fallout? Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. And if you want to keep up with more explosive Hollywood takedowns, make sure to subscribe, because this story is far from over. Is